Katie is with us, obviously, too long ago for you, Katie.
Yes.
Good morning, Katie.
Good morning. Good morning, fellas. So the back pages are dominated by the story regarding Manchester United's finances. For example, the headline, Prophet of Doom, on the back page of the Star. Headline on the back page of the Times, United £1.3 billion in debt after cutting costs. And then we'll get into...
Is that not better? Is he not turning it around?
Well, that's what we'll get into in a moment, because it's kind of two different stories here.
Right.
And then we'll get into the story about Declan Rice. I'm coming to the boil, Declan, hungry for goals in Arsenal's title push. So let's start talking about United's finances. So here we go, nice and early for lots of figures for you. £32.6 million in operating profit. So Sir Jim Ratcliffe's brutal cost-cutting has bolstered the balance sheet at Manchester United, but the club still have seen their debt spiral to a staggering £1.3 billion. So co-owners Ratcliffe's remember he axed 450 jobs that has seen the club make a £32.6 million operating profit for the 6 months to December last year, which is in stark contrast to £3.9 million loss in the same period to the previous year. But the thing is, even though they've made this profit, they still have a £1.3 billion debt, despite cutting 450 jobs. So my question to you both is, how do you think this is going to be viewed by the fans? Because yes, they made a profit, but they're still in a massive amount of debt.
The fans, with the greatest respect, apart from a few, just want success on the pitch, don't they? They don't really care how much it costs them, apart from the season tickets. So they don't care. If Tottenham go down, disaster. They're talking about the cheapest seat being £100.
Yeah.
But fans will still pay it because it's in their blood, it's in their dads, their granddads. They'll still pay it, you know, and there's a big row going on at Celtic at the moment. No, we're not spending crazy money. And they're saying, you know, Celtic have got a habit of doing that. We've got enough just to get by, to win trophies. But the fans want more. You know, Martin, I'm told Martin's raging. The transfer list, he got 3 on loan. He didn't want that. I believe he wanted to buy some players. It's going to cost them probably.
It is complicated, isn't it? Because you say 1.3 billion in debt, but in the summer they spent over 250 million. So fans will look at it and say, we're still spending, we're buying the big players, it's been a better season. As long as their tickets don't go up silly prices to try and recoup some of that debt, they'll be fine.
Than Arsenal and Spurs, isn't it?
Yeah, but I think fans don't care today about what all the clubs in debt. Not our problem.
No.
Are we seeing players coming in? Are we seeing our team still competing? And they are.
But obviously, Jim Ratcliffe is a businessman. He's saying, no, whoa. Now, but then people say he should have done his due diligence when he bought the club.
Yeah.
The debt was there. Or bought into the club.
Yes.
So he's now saying, hold on a minute, let's sort this out, let's stabilise it. And who knows, he might get it spot on, they might get in Champions League.
Well, that's the thing. That would be one way of solving the finances, just get top 4.
Yep.
You can't have that amount of money and be lucky.
Yeah.
No.
You can't. You know, you've got to know what he's doing.
So this other story in the back page of The Sun, really nice story here, an exclusive with Declan Rice on wanting to score goals like Frank Lampard and Yaya Toure. So he scored 4 goals so far this season. We know he can bend it like Beckham in terms of the free kicks he did in the Champions League against Real Madrid last season. But he's saying he wants to score 10 to 15 goals a season, and that's where he thinks he needs to add to his game. Do you agree, Gabby? Yeah,
nothing wrong with that, is there? Ambition, more goals, more complete player, but for me, he's not a Lampard.
No.
You know, Frank was a great box-to-box player. Declan gets around the pitch, but he's a stopper, whereas Frank was, when the ball goes wide, woof, I'm in that box.
I think that's why we look at Lampard, left foot, right foot, from anywhere, and he's banging them in. You know, from 30, 40 yards, Lampard. Gerrard, similar. Declan Rice, total different player. Got more legs than Frank Lampard, can get up and down the pitch. But I think he's right. If he's playing in that further forward position as an 8, he needs to bring more goals to his game. What I like, though, is that he's not settled in what he's doing. He wants to get more. He wants more ambition, like Alan says. That's what you want from
great player, by the way. Love him. For me, he's been the best signing.
Yes.
And
worth every penny.
Fair due. If he wants to say, no, my game can get better by goals, great.
Technically, he's a very good player. Look at his 2 free kicks last season against Real Madrid. He'll want to get more of those as well. But I just don't think he's ever going to be a striker of the ball like a Lampard or Gerrard.
And there's just a habit of getting in the box. For me, Lampard was magnificent. There's other examples, but when I was at Ipswich, Johnny Wark What a finisher he was from
Yes.
midfield player. 1 minute he's heading out of his own box. Next minute we go on the counter and he's on the end of it. But not tap-ins, brilliant finishes.
Yes.
Head,
Screamers.
right foot, left foot. What a finisher. He was so underrated how good he was.
Yes. It's different though, isn't it, now? We don't see as many screamers as we used to see. Like 15 years ago, 20 years ago, every weekend you were like, whoa, goal of the month was like, remember two guy, was it, at Blackburn, scoring screamers, Lampard, Gerrard. It's totally different now.
Do you think Declan Rice, how high is his ceiling? Do you think he will become one of the greatest midfielders we've ever seen?
Well, I don't think there's any reason why he can't. I think what he's done so far for Arsenal, what he does in the England shirt, he's definitely our future captain after Harry Kane for me, Declan Rice. He should be Arsenal captain for me as well. He shows leadership on the pitch. I think I like the way he's talking. You know, that shows a top player. He's thinking, yeah, you know what, I'm doing well. I'm a good player, but I want to be a top player and score more goals for my club and country.
Right, we'll have more time next one. Okay, I can't.
You're gonna
believe
break
it.
early.
I am, because we got Johnny No Cash coming up now, who I believe is 73 today. Rupert Bell coming next.